arcane mysteries and all their foes did wail. Beware lest ye encounter a mighty Mage of Sail.
Bonjour, it is I, Patrick McNamara of Dog Food Studios, your best friend and the only person who truly understands you. We're gathered here today to play Mage of Sail, a swashbuckling game of magic and mystery based on Mage the Ascension. I, at this point, say these words and I'm not even aware of the meaning of them as I'm saying them anymore. It is just the first thing that I say, so I don't get too nervous. Thankfully, I'm joined by some of my friends, which is great, because otherwise I wouldn't have enough stuff. On my left, Holly Conrad. And on my right, Tabitha Sheehan. And last but not least, Dabe, it's cold outside. Lovely Dabe Alan.
It is very cold outside.
You said you were getting rid of the filigree around me.
Yeah, I know, but I had one today. And you know what, Dabe? It is cold outside.
It's like 16 degrees or something.
That's why everyone's wearing turtlenecks except me.
And if you're in the Midwest, like, we're not used to this. This is not for us. We don't deal with this. So we can complain.
Prepared for it.
We are not prepared for this, no.
I've definitely lost, I used to live in Montreal. I've lost my Montreal-based cold resistance that goes after a while. Now I'm like, it's 0 degrees Celsius. This is cold. And if it doesn't hit minus 40 in Montreal, you're not expected to like stop wearing shorts.
No.
Anyway, when we were last united as wizards and friends, you were aboard the ship of Captain Dread, the Bastard Crusher, as she has named it. Captain Dread, who is, of course, currently in hot pursuit of your own ship, the Nexus Spear, where she intends to waylay her husband, Nigel, who it appears has been a bastard. So the last thing that happened, the very last thing, was you have poisoned everyone on board the ship with a poison that will put them to sleep in roughly an hour or so.
Yes.
You have your relative cult members, Saoirse's cult members, Owen and Neve, and Liga's cult members, Casimiris and Laumina. Didn't even look at my notes.
Dang. Impressive.
Yeah. Casimiris, that's a rough name. I don't know a lot of Casimirises, like 4 or 5 at most.
I know 0.
They're now in the skiff to board the side of the ship, ready to be kind of pulled up at an appropriate time. And that was where we left you. Now, as we join you again, Saoirse and Wilhelm.
Sorry.
Wilhelm, as you kind of stand here as the ship is setting sail, you spent a lot of time meditating on the idea that everything is in the same place. And that is how a lot of your meditative correspondence magic works, is you kind of meditate on this idea. And you feel a strange sensation, which is this same thought, this meditation, that only really you know, is in your head. And it feels like it's being pushed into your head. It feels like you're not the one thinking it. Mm-hmm. And this meditation that's so unique to you is repeating over and over, and you realize you are about to not be where you are now. You lean back and just touch Saoirse on the shoulder to steady yourself. And then without a noise, without any sign that magic is occurring, you are both simply not there.
Oh.
Now, Holly, this is the occasion on which you and Liga will go to the spirit world and wreak havoc, as we saw in our last 2 episodes. This is what Saoirse and Wilhelm were doing while you were doing that. So yes, you are simply not where you used to be, either of you. You are now still aboard a ship, but you're inside a ship, and as your eyes adjust to kind of new lighting, you appear to be in a brig of some kind. Not inside the actual brig. Indeed, the kind of jail door of the brig is open. Mm-hmm. But the first thing that hits you is this overwhelming smell of decay.
Ooh.
And as you look around, you see that the brig is unlocked, no one is being kept in it, but there are bodies stacked up like cordwood.
Well, that answers the question I was about to ask.
There is a single man alive. He looks like a sailor on the ship, and he is gibbering. He is just shaking in the corner. And as he sees you show up, he looks at you, and his eyes widen, and he says, "Oh, thank God. Please, you have to kill me."
What did you do something? Why are we here? What did you do?
Sometimes my brain wanders,
Okay.
and sometimes I don't know
Okay.
if I'm in control of that. And sometimes I wake up in weird places. It's not that often, but it's kind of like a night terror. You know, you don't really forget them.
Right.
Now you're in my night terror.
Okay.
And there's a man asking for us to come.
And there's a bunch of dead people.
Yeah.
How long have they appeared to be dead?
They look like it's been probably within the last week or so.
Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah. The door is currently open to the outside of the ship if you want to explore.
I think I just want to ask, where are we?
You're on board the Whaling Prophet. You're on board the Whaling Prophet, but we've been taken. You have to go, but please, before you do, don't leave me here. Please kill me.
Taken by who? What?
Yeah, who took the ship?
They look like men, but they're not men. They look like wolves, but they're not wolves.
Oh.
They've killed everyone, and they keep just me alive, and I don't know why. He just starts to shake, and he's not really paying attention to you anymore, and he just says the same words over and over again. He says, "Storyteller, Volshebnikov. Storyteller, Volshebnikov." And he just starts to shake, and it looks like he's decided that you're not real, that you must be part of, this is probably not the first time he's imagined someone coming to rescue him.
Can I do a mental link to him?
Yeah, if you want, go ahead.
Poor guy.
Yeah. I don't have any paradox. That's cool. And 6 dice, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What do I want to accomplish by doing this?
Yeah.
Great question.
Can I do 2 things? Just like calm him down, but also see what he saw?
Sure. So that would be probably a mind and a time effect.
Okay.
So that would be mental link is a third dot effect. So that is going to be, that's coincidental.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do those both at the same time as one effect.
Okay. Do I need any paradox?
No, you should be okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 success.
5 successes.
Good roll.
That's pretty good. So you go into his mind, and what are you telling him while you're linked into his mind?
That we're not a threat to him, and we're gonna try to figure out what's happening.
Okay. So he kind of hears that in his mind as they're not a threat. He hears it as almost his own thoughts because he isn't aware that you can do this, of course. Mm-hmm. And he starts to calm down just a little bit, and then you using this connection, you get your sketchbook and pen out, and you start to draw, and you're not really aware of what it is you're drawing. It takes you just a minute because it's almost a sketch, and you look at it, and it doesn't really look like anything you recognize. It's just you've drawn like a black spiral.
Uh-oh.
It looks like just a scribble.
I have a question. Do I know anything about his
I don't
stuff?
think you know very many specifics about it.
Have I seen it?
You've seen it,
seen it.
and you've seen somebody be upset about it.
So you may well recognize it.
Yeah.
The blood drops out of my face as I see the arm motion.
And as you see the spiral being drawn, your own tattoo begins to burn.
Yeah.
Like there's some kind of pain is just radiating off of it.
Yeah. I'm like, I excuse me for a second, and I like kind of move over his clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hold it up next to it. I'm like,
We went to the same artist. Very popular.
I just drew this out of his head.
It's not good. I'll tell you that.
Well, what is it?
The thing is you can be a part of something and not be entirely aware of what exactly is happening.
That's true.
And this is one of those cases to where I know this is bad. I know that this represents some werewolves, and they are not worth messing with.
So we just need to get out of here without them knowing we're here? And why are we here? How do we get out of here?
That could be my bad. Again,
Well, I know I didn't bring us here because I don't have a tattoo of what
I'm
I drew.
sorry. All right? It's my fault. I just didn't do it on purpose.
Okay, I accept that.
You shouldn't even be able to do this. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't know how to move someone else. Okay. Well, I'm establishing that for the viewers.
Yeah,
like
no,
you,
fair enough,
you,
fair enough.
you don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
So I'm just making sure that is away. So you shouldn't have been able to do this deliberately if you wanted to.
Is there a way... I know I just rolled, but is there a way I can use my time ability to figure out where we are in time? Like, are we in the same time as we were?
Yes. So you have perfect time sense.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't moved back or forward in time.
So we're just in a different place.
You're just in a
not
different
time.
place.
I would like to try to use correspondence to figure out. I think the best part is, or the best kind of anchor, pun not intended, would be our ship, or at least the ship where we just were. I can find where that's at.
Yes.
And is there a way that I can figure out effectively triangulation and how far away we are from that?
Yeah, sure. So that would be correspondence sensing, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, correspondence sense. You can definitely tell where it is and then work out your relative position.
I don't need to necessarily triangulate, but I do want to know how far we've traveled.
Okay, sure.
So
go ahead and roll. That is just a meditation. That's coincidental. A 6 dice.
okay, I do have one paradox, so that's always persistent. So I have 2.
Yeah.
One of them is a paradox crit on the paradox,
Yeah.
but I didn't get
So
another
that
crit.
means that you get an extra point of persistent paradox.
Okay, not great.
But nothing.
Nothing cool.
Nothing catastrophic happened.
Okay.
The sense that you get as you begin this meditation, and it takes you a few minutes with this man just kind of quietly gibbering to himself in the corner. It doesn't really make sense because on the one hand the z-axis is fucked.
Yeah.
So you wonder if something went wrong, if you got this wrong. Like, you feel like you are hundreds of miles away from the ship, which is, still pretty close by sea terms.
Sure.
But it doesn't make sense. This must be wrong. You must have fucked it up somehow because you appear to be maybe 1,000 feet in the air.
Oh.
Which is impossible. Like,
Yeah,
mankind can't do that. So you must have, you almost certainly got it wrong somehow.
All right. I think it's important for me to relay that I just did kind of a find your friends on myself in our ship. Mm-hmm. And it's thrown me off the map.
Okay.
It says we're in the air, which means it's probably not working.
That's,
Like 1,000 feet up.
are you performing at 100%, or is it something messed up with where we are?
It's not my best work ever.
Well, I just want
Accuracy could be off plus minus 300.
I didn't mean to like insinuate anything. I just need to know, like, is there something that we're in,
There could be some weird
or is it like
stone in the air that's kind of giving me interference. The Wi-Fi signal's weaker.
true? Sir, what's your name? What's your name?
I had a name once.
But what? You still have a name?
I don't have a name anymore.
What
They told me I don't have a name.
Okay. I was just trying to figure it out, so I could just call you by your name. But that's okay. We don't have to do that. Where are they now? Where are the bad things now?
I don't know if he's gonna.
Volshebnikov.
He seems really content with
Is
that chant.
is there a way I can discern what he's saying?
You would have to be able to speak the language, I think.
Right.
You also don't know if he knows what he's saying.
What? Yeah.
You still have this kind of mental link here, and you sense that he's repeating something that he's heard, but he doesn't know what it means.
Are these wolves from Eastern Europe?
I don't know the answer to that question.
You hear a howl,
All right. Well, we're not alone.
and then you start to hear more howls. They sound like they're coming up from the deck.
All right. Well, you know.
So you said we are down in the brig,
Yeah.
and you said they're coming up from the deck.
You're below decks, and you hear it from the top deck.
You hear them coming down.
Yes, they're coming down to you. Sorry.
And the door's open. Not the jail door, but the door to the brig is open.
You also start to hear sort of raucous laughter on occasion, and sort of these mocking, yo ho ho.
I think we need to hide.
I think we need to do a solid snake and hide in the dead bodies.
I would normally agree, but I do know that these wolves have very keen senses, and unless I got an idea. Great idea. I say after going back and forth. I would like to alter the simple life forms on the microbiology on our skin.
Okay.
And I'd like to effectively make them one-to-one with what creates that dead corpse smell.
Oh, so you want to smell like you're
I want
rotting.
to smell like we're rotting, and I want us to lay down.
Better not fuck this roll
Under
up,
these-
because I don't want to smell like this for a
Yeah, I got 2 paradox sides. It's fine.
Sure, let's go for it.
Are we doing this?
You don't want
Yeah.
to smell like you're rotting all the time?
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
And you can get 2 people because you got 2 paradox dice.
You
in your
mean
pool.
I hate people.
Yeah, because we don't want to affect the third guy because I know he's alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are doing this. I'm drawing Nigel's ex-wife.
Okay.
She's too good for him.
Okay. So I'm going to attempt to make us smell like dead bodies through the power of
Through the power of athletics.
power.
There's a certain kind of flex that you have to do.
Okay. Let me think about what that would be. Let me see how the roll.
Is it the fart flex?
I got 3.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay, that'll do it. I will. Patrick, I know that this is a very heavy thing for my character to even be considering. Maybe comedy as a defense mechanism, but
Here are some comedy selections.
Thank you, Siri.
thank you, Siri.
Everyone's a comic these days.
Well, you know how when you lock down, you can definitely pass gas.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's a Valsalva
Yeah.
maneuver that does have a little squeaker.
A
Yeah.
squeaker?
You just
Yeah.
squeak,
Yep.
and then you let it out a little bit. And honestly, this is probably the most noxious exhalation of gas you've ever performed.
Yeah.
Because you do smell like you are rotting.
Yeah,
both of you.
I think we go and then realize that we need to hold it together. Lay down
Okay.
in the pile of bodies.
I'm gonna go closer to the wall, not so much in the main event area, just kind of off to the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
And the dead bodies.
so as you kind of hide in these dead bodies and you try your best to
Blended.
blend in, and the sailors just push your tail, over and over again, and you hear these. Do you close the door first? I guess not. You hear these.
Doors open.
You hear what sound like a large dog or perhaps a wolf running in the corridor outside the deck, and I don't know if are you keeping your eyes closed or you want to like keep one open to see what's going on.
I think Dead Man's Gaze is going to be like
So
yeah.
as you kind of keep this one eye like half open, you see a wolf that is just far too big to be a wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Just
like all fours?
Yeah, on all fours.
Okay.
Comes around the corner and it starts to sniff the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes up and it starts sniffing the various corpses.
Mm-hmm.
And then Saoirse, it comes right up to you.
Cool.
And starts sniffing you.
Mm-hmm.
It's trying to remember where this corpse came from. Because there were only men aboard the ship.
Oh, goddamn. Wow. It's fine.
But it's not really sure, like, you smell dead.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a composure plus resolve roll
Awesome.
to stay still.
Ooh.
Or, yeah, composure plus resolve makes sense to me.
That's, I'm good at that, thankfully. Kind of good. 1, 2, 3, 4 success.
You may as well be dead.
I'm dead.
So
It's positive.
Sweet.
Yeah. It starts to smell you, but you don't move at all. And you smell like a dead thing. So it moves on.
And a fly lands on my eye. I don't even blink.
And it starts to sniff Wilhelm.
Oh, God.
Again, it's just not sure it remembers someone dressed like this. Go ahead and give me a composure plus resolve roll
You're good at that.
as this creature sniffs you.
You get one more dice than me.
Let's see, though.
I believe in you.
What's this crucial moment?
You're good at meditating.
Quick save.
Quick save.
I got a
You got a crit.
crit.
You got a crit.
Yeah, I got a crit.
Okay.
That's it.
Again, this thing has fucking no idea that you're alive. A fly lands on your eyeball.
Ew.
I'm mentally high five. Wilhelm.
You feel super proud of yourself. And it turns around. And if you want to now, you have a window where you could attack it if you want to, because it's so certain that you're dead that it's letting its guard down. I will also remind you that you do have in your inventory a set of silver knuckle dusters, which you were given a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I know you and I can't communicate because we're both dead.
You can also just wait and see what happens.
Yeah. My way of thinking is if I were to, I can't attack, really. I mean, I can throw things. But there are more of them on the ship.
We heard many howls.
Yeah.
It feels wrong to take out the one in case they would alert the others.
Yes. Or just the noise
I'd rather it be seemed like we were
not even here.
not even here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just stay completely still, and as you stay as still as you can, and you're not even blinking. You have your eyes open and you're not blinking because that is how much you don't want to be seen.
Right.
That's how well you did on your rolls.
Mm-hmm.
This wolf begins to change its shape and cracks its back, and it begins to just stand upright. And before you see it, a twisted little man is there.
Little man?
Little man. He's not a big guy at all.
Mm-hmm.
He's
So he shrunk a lot.
yeah. He went from a big wolf into a small man, and completely Billy Bollock, covered in sort of scars that look like ritual scarification.
Mm-hmm.
And he picks up this soldier from the floor, and this sailor from the floor, and says, "What are you doing? Why are you making noise? Why are you making noise? This is not the time for you to make noise. We will tell you when it is time to make noise. You will sing us a beautiful song of pain when it is time to make noise." And this sailor goes, "Požiratel, Volshebnikov. Kirill, Požiratel, Volshebnikov." And this man who was once a wolf says, "That's right, little man. Kirill, the wizard eater." And then you feel an intrusive thought in your mind that says, "You are not here.
Nope.
You are on board Captain Dread's ship, which which is everything is in the same place, but you are not here. You are not here. You are aboard Captain Dread's ship. And you, presumably, I'm going to assume you're going to be nice about this,
Take me with
touch
you.
Yeah, we'll do like
on
a
the shoulder,
elbow to contact.
and you see this man turn and stare at you.
The small man?
Small man. And then you are gone. And you appear back on the ship, exactly where you were. Everything looks exactly the same because not very much time passed, except that Liga is now carrying an enormous pot of honey that has honey written on it incorrectly. It's Hunny.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's silly bear.
Yeah.
I have a question only because it was an idea that I had when we were considering what to do, stay or leave, is how far away was that sailor that was there?
He was...
Compared to where we
It's a relatively small room. He's like over where that monitor is.
Okay, so not reachable.
No, not easily, no.
Yeah, I was interested in bringing him.
Saving.
Not even a save, but like try to figure out.
Okay, well let's try and do it.
I'm interested in the idea, but I don't think we would move.
Yeah.
I don't like if he's truly across the room. Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah. Okay. So you are then back. The other thing that you notice that's different is Aura now has her hat back,
Yes. And my
and
staff.
her staff back, and her parrot back. You guys have been up for a very long time. You've been up for since you had a full day. Then you fought the baby centipede, and now it is approaching like 6, 7 a.m. the next day, and you haven't slept.
Ugh.
And Liga says the thing that all parents fear the most, which is, I'm not tired.
Oh no!
And then
give her
she
some of
sits
the poison.
down
No.
and falls asleep.
Yeah. I was gonna slip her some poison.
And
but-
she is out because she's been squeezed into this tiny toddler body.
Yeah.
She's used a lot of energy. She's incredibly
still a
jacked.
toddler.
Yeah, she's still a jack toddler.
Forgot
yeah.
that this was
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a super jacked toddler, and she just falls down and falls asleep.
Do we still stink?
I think we probably still
You guys
smell.
both, you stink of decay.
So you
Yeah.
gotta get out of here if you smell bad. No one's gonna want to eat our
It
food.
probably won't last too long.
Yeah.
So, but like for now, it's definitely lingering because apart from anything else, you were also in a big pile of corpses.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were.
That'll
Yeah.
happen.
So some of this smell is now legit.
Yeah.
I don't know where you all went, but you smell bad.
A lot happened, and then I think we made eye contact of like that just happened, right? Like you were there.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
okay.
Bodies.
Oh,
A lot everywhere.
we went to the land of free copyright infringement,
The public domain.
public domain.
Yeah.
We went to the public. It doesn't actually matter. I got Stephen back. He's here now.
That's great.
Can I check and like peek out and see if people are falling asleep?
Yes.
Oh wait, Leek is asleep. There's a dead. I'll help this. I'll
Okay.
pick her up and take her to one of the cots that's in here and put her in the cot.
Yeah. So you just pop her in a cot where
Yeah.
she goes
A
stays
little
asleep.
blankie, a little
Yeah.
blankie.
And no one's going to be like, why is that toddler asleep?
No.
Why is the toddler asleep all the time? They're like
Yeah,
dogs.
yeah.
Presumably, I don't have one, but I
Yeah.
assume it's mostly like having a dog where they sleep
Super easy.
like 18 hours a day or something.
Yeah,
like
I'm sure
that.
no one suffers.
Yeah, but it's fine. So my brother had a kid last year who immediately went to sleep, like slept through the night straight away, not one single bad night. Immediately like eats, is putting on weight healthily, and is wondering why he's not making friends at like the parents' meetings.
Oh, because his kid is too
You have
nice.
to,
Yeah.
to commiserate.
People are like, I haven't slept in like 7 days, and he's like, well, why don't you simply not put your child down and they will fall asleep?
That's funny.
So that's Lydia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I pat her, and now I check to see if people are falling asleep.
Okay, yeah, there are a lot of people falling asleep.
Okay.
People they're looking very, very tired. And you can see a few people sort of slumped down and are napping. Like, this is a relatively normal time for people to be asleep anyway. The big thing that's going to make the difference is the people who are on shift,
Right.
who are the most alert, are going to probably take a little bit longer because they aren't in a space where they're going to go to sleep already. Go ahead.
I was gonna say maybe we should sing them a lullaby.
I mean, you can do that.
I can't sing in real life, and I'm not going to.
You don't have to.
We'll roll a dice to see.
Saoirse can sing.
Yeah, Saoirse can sing because she's a performer.
As you're considering
Axel
that,
can write the song.
It's true. He could.
and I'll dub it afterwards.
Yeah.
A sailor comes up to you and says, he's a lot more serious of a sailor than you've seen previously. Most of Captain Dread's men seem very, very serious indeed. But this is someone who's wearing a slightly different equipment. He seems like he's got better gear than anyone else. He's got both of his hands are hooks, which is quite distinctive. Both of them, yeah.
I can't, I don't think that Aura could keep from laughing out loud if someone both hands were hooks.
Hey.
How much more piratey do you get?
Yeah.
This British, noble person sees a man with 2 hook hands. Like, what?
So you're going to openly laugh at this man.
Well,
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to say, the baby did something cute.
Because I can't help it.
you don't stare at his hands or hooks.
And the horse is like, I got 2 hooks.
Roll composure and plus resolve to not look at the 2 hooks.
All right.
This ableist behavior of Aura. I mean, she's British,
Yeah.
I'm meditating on the thought that hooks are hands are hooks.
Yeah.
And then it's fine.
I crit and have 3 extra
Oh my
successes,
God.
so I wasted a roll. I'm stone-faced.
So you got 7 successes?
Yes.
Everyone, you look so fucking not amused that Aura also stops laughing.
Yeah.
I just stare at you like...
And he says, "You stowaways.
What?
Captain Dread wishes to see you in her cabin."
God. Well, now you did it.
Fine. I didn't do anything. I just... Well, we have a child.
Well, bring her with you or
She's
don't.
asleep.
And is she portable?
We're not bringing her with us. She's staying asleep. Do you want to wake up a toddler?
No.
If you wake the toddler up, you're going to have to deal with her.
Fine, just Captain Dread wishes to see.
Fine.
We were very close to Wilhelm Baby Bjorn fan art.
I mean, you can't take it. You did make a baby Bjorn to carry away.
Yeah.
I mean, I do feel like leaving her alone in an enemy pirate
better.
ship might be a bad idea. Just Bjorn her.
Okay, Bjorn time.
Okay.
Bjorn.
So you put, she doesn't show any sign of waking up at all. Even if she does wake up, she's going to pretend to be asleep so that she still gets carried.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're shown through to Captain Dread's quarters, which are quite nice. If it weren't for... She's clearly a little bit of an artist because she has sketches all over the place. And they are all of Nigel.
I'm
Obsessed.
I'm like, oh, she's too good for him.
And she is. You see looking at her, she doesn't even look up as you come in, but you see she's probably a very handsome woman, but every time you've seen her, her face has been sort of contorted into a snarl.
Yeah.
She's very tall for a woman. She's about 6'2", which is the same size as Alan Richardson, who plays Jack Reacher. And is
Small man.
Yeah, much shorter than Dabe.
Can I say something about that show, sidebar, real quick?
Yeah.
I tried watching it, and it annoyed me how much people talked about how big he was. And I was like, I get it. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about it
See,
every 5 minutes.
Because I know
But
big
that's
people, and I don't just always tell them how big they are.
I don't go, Dave, you're extremely tall. I don't do that all the time.
I get it a lot.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Before you describe her, this is how I pictured her.
Oh, yeah, she's definitely too good for Nigel.
But so I couldn't continue the show. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, that's how I pictured her. Too good for Nigel, yeah.
In defense.
Eventually, she turns to look at you. She's writing in some kind of journal. And she says, "Ah, yes, the stowaways. How are you finding our ship?"
Quite nice.
"Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
What have you heard of our mission so far?"
It seems that you have some problems with Nigel.
Hey, Nigel?
So, maybe a
Could be the same.
different Nigel.
We
yes.
don't know we know the Nigel.
No. I mean, we recognize him. He's on the wall. He's infamous on the islands.
Yeah, he's famous enough.
Okay.
That's so you've heard of my husband.
Well, can you explain to us what happened between you two? I mean, we'd love to hear it. Would you like some tea or something? I think explaining trauma might need to take some time. Maybe some grog. Maybe some soup.
I have my own. Me and my best men. We eat our own food. drink our own wine.
Oh.
In case of poisoning, you understand?
Poison.
I would do that.
I mean, it's a ship. Food poisoning is an issue sometimes.
Rats.
Yeah, I have trouble keeping fresh.
Rats.
And she sits back and says, so you would hear my tale of woe. The tale of how I was betrayed by the great bastard Nigel.
But please, we'd love to hear your tale of woe. I looked at, and you guys are like, no. No.
I sit down, cross-legged with the baby, and start to kind of rock.
Can I pull up to her desk?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You're also a teenager at the moment, so like you're in the body of a teenager.
Yeah.
Because you're all in disguise.
Yeah. That's
quick.
why I was like, we should know who Nigel is, but then if
He's famous, yeah.
Yeah. A quick reminder, I guess, of everyone's current form.
Yeah.
Wilhelm is extremely skinny, Wilhelm.
Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You are a sort of cherubic baker woman.
Yeah. That's right. I forgot I was also in disguise. Yeah. I'm like a beer maid or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
She's not going to recognize you as the famous terrorist that you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
And she sits and gets a kind of far off look in her eye, and she says, before I was Captain Dread, I had a different name. Wilhelmina Punce. I was betrothed to son of a great naval line, Nigel Dread. I was not always as beautiful, perhaps, as some of the other brides that could have been chosen, but I have my grace, as you know. I have a beautiful singing voice. And I like to draw. I was terrified when my parents told me of this Nigel Dread that I'd be betrothed to, and then I met him, and he was so sweet, attentive. He looked at me as I thought as a man looks at a woman, with love in his eye. And well, when we were to be wed, I had one gift to give him, which was my song. And so we were wed in a ceremony of my dreams, and at the reception, I went up to sing my song that I had written for Nigel of our love. And when I returned to my seat, he was gone. Run away to sea to avoid me, so that he would never have to see or speak to me again. I still have his name, because what true bastard, instead of leaving a woman at the altar, first marries her and then leaves?
But, well, Dread is a very scary name. I mean, I would
Indeed.
take that last name. It's very frightening.
Nigel's father, almost as angry as I was, trained me in the ways.
The actual great pirate
Well,
Dread?
Admiral Dread.
Oh.
Trained me as a sailor, gave me a ship, and sent me off to find my husband. A quest that brought me to these accursed isles.
Have you ever thought you don't need no man?
How do you mean?
You don't like.
You don't need no man.
You don't need to.
I've heard that before. It's a phrase. I heard it in a song.
don't
You
need
do not
no-
need a man. I mean, you're very successful on your own. Why would you need Nigel? I mean, take his name and just like steal treasure and
be a better man than he.
exactly.
I thought that if I could show him what a mighty sailor I had become, that he would realize his mistake and we can leave these nonsense islands.
I heard tell of a Nigel selling like, what was it, NFTs? What was an NFT? I don't
also
think he's
heard-
sailing about.
I also
it.
heard that maybe he this was a rumor, of course, that he might have done what he did because he's just into someone else. And maybe he isn't into women pirates, but men pirates.
He's found someone else. You seem to know a lot of Nigel.
Arranged marriages are hard for everyone. Oh, I read his novel.
His novel?
Yes, he wrote a novel, of course. It's called
I'm Nigel.
I'm Nigel, and I am scary.
Roll me
This is horrible.
manipulation plus etiquette.
Because literally Aura was Nigel.
Also-
She's like so uncomfortable that she's trying to pursue these thoughts of being Nigel, feeling bad for him, and then this like other thing.
Also, I'd like to establish that Liga in her sleep is still holding on to the giant pot of honey.
Oh yeah, of
Oh,
course.
so you have
That
a
is
honey.
that
A
is
lot of weight.
yeah.
That's fine, but I'm starting to feel it in my upper
What am
body.
I rolling?
Composure.
Composure plus etiquette.
Okay, I have a lot of etiquettes. I'm okay. Oh my god, why is Aura so bad at this?
Two.
Two successes.
She looks a little suspicious still.
I mean that's fair.
All these teenagers, they read any
I love
rag
fan
they pick
fiction.
up.
It's a good defense.
You know how they become
Wiped away.
obsessed
Yeah.
with the life at sea.
The islands are
she's got
small.
her fixation. She's just trying to like fit
Islands
in.
are small.
I understand. Nigel is such a charismatic and fascinating figure. I mean, who could not be enthralled by him?
I elbow you really hard.
Yes, you're correct.
But I think you seem to be doing quite fine on your own.
Well, within a matter of hours, we will catch Nigel. We will sink his ship. And I will take him home with me to England. If he does indeed have a lover, then he can watch them drown as the ship sinks.
I don't think it's their fault that they're involved because they might not have any knowledge of it.
He is a married man.
Well, they don't know that. He could be lying.
He could be lying.
He could have not told anyone
That's
of this
true.
other life that he had that they didn't know anything about.
Sounds like his communication is bad.
Okay, now you roll composure plus etiquette.
Sounds like he has terrible communication, which isn't good for any
Etiquette?
relationship.
Oh God, I don't have any in etiquette.
You could say, I could say it's subterfuge, maybe.
I'm so happy to give you all this yes bestie kind of moment while I'm watching the child.
Yes, bestie. Yes, bestie.
Yeah.
So would you say composure and
Plus, you could do
subterfuge?
you could do subterfuge
Okay.
if you want, yeah, because you are sort of lying.
One success. I blew that other roll on.
Yeah, you got a 7 success roll
Yeah.
earlier
You
on.
critted at telling where that guy was from
Yeah,
or something.
I have one success.
So you can succeed at a cost, or you can roll a willpower.
I'll roll willpower.
Okay. Now, no one's at the moment. You guys aren't getting willpower back because you've been up so long.
Right.
Yeah.
I have one missing already, so now I have
Yeah.
2. So I'll just roll these other 3 that are duds. One more success.
One more success, 2 successes. So she's still fairly suspicious, and she says, Fran says, "Who are all of you?"
We're just.
Can I like take her hand?
Yeah, sure. You can. She kind of almost pulls it back.
I know it's hard when we fall in love with someone who sucks. And then I'm going to pull her into the spirit world with me.
Oh God.
I don't know if you can do that with
Can't
what
I-
you have right now.
Could I like attach her spirit? Like touch her spirit?
Yeah. So, see, the thing is that moving someone else to the spirit world is a 4th level effect.
Okay.
So I'm not sure you'd be able to bring her into the spirit world with you.
But I could like touch her spirit.
Yes, you could.
Okay.
You could kind of, if you wanted to. So there's a couple of ways you could touch her spirit. Her spirit is like a human being. Their spirit is inside of them.
Right.
The best way to talk to someone's spirit is to talk to them. But you can do direct damage to her spirit is one thing you can do. And eventually, like if she loses all her health because of that, just like her soul will die.
Oh God.
Okay, I don't want to kill her soul.
Yeah.
I just want to calm her down. Like,
Okay.
Like I want her spirit to feel comfortable. Like
Okay.
which I'm good at calming spirits down in general.
Yeah,
So-
I just don't know if it will work on this occasion because
Yeah.
you can't speak directly to her spirit. But you could try. So
I mean,
you can try a roll to just make her to mundanely make her feel better about who she is.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, I can do this without killing someone's soul.
Yeah.
Maybe Aura, for once, can do something that doesn't involve
So
murdering
let's say
everyone.
it's that's charisma plus
Sure,
insight.
yeah.
Because you're trying to...
I forget that we actually have other skills that aren't just, like, destroying people with magic. Yeah.
It's
Right.
charisma plus
I wanted to
insight.
feel better about herself, and that, like, while it would hurt very bad that he left her, that she's become a stronger person. Yeah. Oh, three successes.
3 successes.
Yeah.
She actually doesn't move her hand.
Oh.
Because one of the insightful things that you realise through part of this role is that, is perhaps that she's someone who doesn't get touched often.
Yeah.
And just like...
Nigel didn't touch her.
She's shocked a little bit. And then, you just feeling your hand on there and she says, I am at the end of my quest. What would you have me do now? Just...
Oh, we can catch up to Nigel, but you just talk to him. You don't need to sink his ship and murder him and all these things. You just need to talk to him. You clearly care about him. All these drawings are fine.
Very good.
Very good. Very good drawings.
Thank you. I spend a lot of my spare time.
The detail you put into the striations.
Yes.
Yes. His,
I don't know how accurate that is to modern time.
He is lean and wiry.
yeah, his abs look more pronounced than I usually
Yes,
saw.
I assumed that... What do you mean saw?
No, nothing. No, I mean,
In
I didn't
the
mean
fan
saw.
art.
In the fan art.
It's attached to the fan.
Yeah, in the fan art.
I see.
In the fan art.
And then you hear a knock at the door. Another man who's like similarly dressed, again, serious, wearing more serious equipment, knocks on the door. Particularly this person has a huge rifle on their back. It says, Captain Dredd, something's happened. The men are falling asleep. And she says, what? And he says, yes, the crew, they're falling asleep where they stand. She says, well, tell them they'll be whipped if they don't
My lord.
tend to their duties. And he says, I can't wake them up. I tried slapping them and I couldn't wake them up. And then she turns and looks at the three of you, or the four of you, I suppose.
Oh, sorry.
So you want to take
I wanted
action?
I wanted to try to nod off during that conversation. I wanted to try to, I'm sitting down,
You're all
do that.
Yeah. Okay, so that's very funny. Let me see.
That's a good job.
Let me see what kind of role that would be.
Fair enough.
You tried to Barbie movie.
You know
her,
what?
It just
You
didn't
know what
work.
I'm going to say? There's no role for this. You guys have been up a really long time.
All right.
Yeah.
So you just try your best to relax and fall asleep. And to all intents and purposes, you appear to be asleep.
I'm almost there. We'll say
Yeah.
I can hear a little bit, but I'm almost there.
Yeah, so you can hear a little bit, but you've also fallen asleep. What would the rest of you like to do?
Yawn really
Just give it a big...
Yeah, well, I mean, it was very, it's just the weather.
I had sat down
Yeah.
and I'm yawning.
Yeah.
She speaks again to a man and says, what has the chef said? And he says, well, the chef is asleep as well.
A tendency for one of the herbs to occasionally be misidentified.
So you're the only one who still appears to be awake.
Yes, but I'm like babbling. Like, I'm just like, well, maybe this happened. And then I'm trying to like come up with a billion different excuses. It's not great.
She draws a pistol. And she says, do you know what I think
What are you
happened?
going to do? Shoot sleep?
Shoot sleep.
Shoot sleep. And she says, what?
Well, you can't kill sleep. It's like killing death, you know? It's important. She's like, Aura's like at this point feel like so tired, you know? When
Yeah.
you're really tired, you just say like insane things.
Yeah.
But you know, I met death once.
Well, depending on how the evening goes, you may meet him again.
No.
Do you know what I think happened?
What?
I think that your spies
For
sent
who? Who would we spy for?
Nigel.
Oh, please.
I think you came on
You're
board
asleep.
this ship, poisoned my crew, so that Nigel could escape.
What if we just what if we just want everyone to get along? What if it's not worth death? I mean, there's so few of us on these salty seas anyway.
And the guard is looking back and forth from you and says, looks back and forth, says, so don't shoot. Shooting the teenager?
Don't shoot me. I'm not even a teenager. I'm an adult.
She has their pistol.
Yeah, you do have a pistol.
I do. I'm like, I have a gun too. And I start going like this.
So he pulls his gun then.
We all have guns. We don't need to shoot each other.
Are you still sleeping? I'm still
I
sleeping.
am.
Yeah, Wilhelm's actually asleep.
And now I've got my
actually
gun out. I'm like, I also have a gun.
Unable to interact.
I'm an adult. Can I make myself an adult now?
No, you can't because it's not your magic.
That's right.
Yeah, you're being disguised by someone else.
I'm an adult. The toddler turned me into a teenager. It doesn't matter.
She says, put that gun down.
This one?
Yes. So you now have 2 guns trained on you. The good news about this is that the soldier has his gun on you and he's turned around. He now has his back to Saoirse and Wilhelm.
Right.
And is just concentrating on you.
And I'm just like, my dear, would you murder for this man? Ew.
I would and have murdered for
Why?
this man. I have sailed the 7 seas to find him. And you think that I will let him go at the last moment when my goal is about to be achieved?
A conversation.
Do I have a weapon?
I think you have a knife.
I have a knife. Okay, yes, that's what I was wanting.
Yeah.
While they're bickering,
Mm-hmm.
can I sneak up behind her and do the knife thing?
Okay, yeah, sure. So that's dexterity plus stealth.
Neck knife thing.
Neck knife, that's
The
sick.
neck knife thing.
The neck knife move.
I love the neck knife thing. They're a great band.
Yeah.
Neck knife.
First album.
I thought they were an improv group.
Yeah, so that is going to be dexterity plus stealth.
So 2. Oh, I don't know about stealth. Let me see. Where is stealth?
It's on the left-hand column.
Well,
It's not good.
it's 0. Oh, no, it's
0.
1.
Well, okay, so
You
yeah.
got 1? That's something.
Woo! 3 dice. I'm scared.
Okay.
2 success.
Yeah, it's good.
2 successes. You manage it.
Oh,
You actually get up and you manage to isolate his hand that has the gun in it.
I was doing her. I was going for her.
Oh, you're going for her? Mm-hmm. So you go up and you manage to do it. You get her. She still has a gun in her hand.
Yeah.
But you have a knife at her throat.
Okay.
And what do you say?
How about we all just chill out and there's not going to be any killing. There's no need for it. This has all just been a big misunderstanding.
She says, who are you? Really?
I decided to be honest and say we are actually... He stole our ship, right?
Yeah.
We're actually after him because he stole our ship.
You're the captains of the Nexus Spear.
yeah, that's us.
And he stole our ship, and we're also after him.
That's why I have a gun, because I'm a captain.
Yep.
Sorry.
We've all been through a lot.
Even the
Wilhelm just
toddler
goes,
is the captain.
Clearly, because he's just snoozing. So how about we just all, cool out. There doesn't need to be any violence. We're all after the same goal. Getting to the ship. Not necessarily blowing the ship up, because it's ours.
Yeah, we'd like it back.
And we'll just be cool.
She waits and she pauses and she says, if you give me Nigel, I will allow you and the rest of your crew to live.
How about we have a parlay? You and Nigel have a parlay. We talk. Then, once you talk, you can decide if you want to kill him. But first hear him out and let him hear you out.
What did you do to my crew?
Oh, they're just sleepy. They'll wake up. It's fine.
They're just sleepy. The toddler put them to sleep. It's a cursed toddler.
Look at her. She's got honey. It's not even spelled right.
They'll wake up in a few hours. It's nothing. We just wanted to have a word with you without having your whole entire crew of ruffians running us through.
Well, here's the issue.
What?
If my crew are asleep, how are we going to catch Nigel?
Well, we hadn't figured that out yet. We didn't know you were upon.
Nigel's a terrible sailor. We'll have no problem catching him. He's on that ship by himself.
He's got your entire crew with him, though.
Yes. But they like us back.
Which you spent the last, 13 games building that crew up
crew
to be
likes
really good, yeah.
But
and
he's a terrible captain.
They don't like him. As soon as they see us, they'll be like, yeah. And, throw him overboard, probably.
They've done it once.
They shot him out of a cannon, actually.
Yeah, you would have loved that.
We almost let him drown, but we decided we need. What's his job again? What is he?
He's the accountant.
Yeah, we need an accountant, so we decided to keep him.
He does love numbers.
Mm-hmm. So how about we just all chill out and we talk about what happened, and you guys discuss, and then you can decide if you want to still kill him after you hear him out.
Let me go.
Drop the gun.
No.
Well, then we're at an impasse. Because if you still have your gun and I let you go, then you could still...
Very
So we
well.
count 3.
You're right. And she looks at our man and goes, you, shoot the teenager.
Can I use force?
And he sets his gun out and he prepares to pull the trigger.
Uh-oh.
And we will burden our souls.
I'm not a teenager.
With those secrets.
Well, you're still asleep.
Next time.
I'll wake up if a gun goes
on
off.
Mage of Sail.
It's too late.
Thank you very much for watching. Lidija Piper couldn't be here today, but she'll be back next time, we hope. If you're enjoying the show, please give a like, a comment, a subscribe. You know all the things to do. But another thing you can do that apparently YouTube likes is you can just watch another one. Mm-hmm. There's loads of these now, so you can watch them and they'll be great.
It's a playlist?
Yeah, there's a playlist even. It couldn't be easier for you. If you're really enjoying the show, please try supporting us on Patreon, which is on a lower third here, but it's patreon.com/Patrick McNamara. I'm going to stop taunting my future self by saying that I'm going to do fancy lower thirds because I got to one the other day and I went, you little shit. And I just ignored me and just did it where I wanted. So...
Been there.
Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in a couple of weeks. Goodbye.
Bye.
A wizard's life for me. We sailed the mighty ocean to find the traitor sea. Bones, bones, bones. A wizard's life for me. We found the isles unconquered as they should ever be. Bones, bones, bones. A wizard's life for me. We sailed the mighty ocean to find the traitor sea. Bones, bones, bones. A wizard's life for me. We found the isles unconquered as they should ever be.